11 Sports presents St. Luke's Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Martz Hall and Pottsville, the site for game number 2 of the semifinal Schuylkill League Boys. Action, D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. It is the Crimson Tide of Pottsville, the Division I champs, 11-1, 15-6 overall. Tri-Valley Bulldogs, they are Division II champions. And, they're 11-2, 18-4 overall. Al DiCarlo, Tommy Moser, the winner, moves on to take on Jim Thorpe in the championship right here at Martz Hall. Atmosphere is electric. I thought there was a big crowd in the first game. They keep following in here in the second game as well. Yeah, it's like they threw half the people out and they just brought another section in. But you know what? Great atmosphere nonetheless. We have one team, Pottsville, used to being here. Tri-Valley kind of a newcomer to this, so we'll see how they adjust. But nonetheless, it should be a pretty even ball game. Jake Wartella in his second year, they beat Tamaqua 69-46. They have won 6 of 7. Darren Yost, one of their key players. Yeah, Yost only 5'8", but he fills up the stat sheet. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Gets after it defensively, does it all for Coach Wartella. For the Tri-Valley Bulldogs, Mike Masser in his 11th year, they've won 9 out of 10. They beat Williams Valley their last game 72-41. Brody Smith. Smith, 53s on the year out. That's over 2 per game, 2.5 a game. So he's going to look to fill it up. Coach Wartella worries about Tri-Valley as a whole shooting a 3, and that's Brody Smith to a T. Well, we'll see what happens. Again, the winner gets Jim Thorpe on Friday night. It is Pottsville, Tri-Valley, your D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Yours next.
St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
We are back, getting ready for Martz Hall, getting ready for the action here. Casey Wallace from Lehigh and Jacob Parker from Weatherly are 2 sideline reporters, and they talk to both coaches. Guys?
Thanks, guys. I'm Casey. I'm down here with Jacob Parker of Weatherly. I talked to Pottsville head coach Jake Wartella before pregame. He told me that he's really concerned with Tri-Valley shooting on the court and being able to run the court well. And he's also concerned with the injuries they've had this season. And Jake, you talked to Tri-Valley head coach Mike Masser. What did he say to you?
You know, Tri-Valley hasn't been here for a league playoff game since 1998, so he said the biggest thing for them is going to be adapting to the atmosphere tonight.
Thanks, Jake. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, guys, great job. And, that's the big tidbit. This is why you have the sideline reporters. Not only do they do a good job, they get the nugget, since 1998. That's something that, you need to know, as we get ready for this matchup. Awesome job. I said in the pregame that Tri-Valley hasn't been here for a while. They one-upped me and gave us an exact year of 1998, so great job by both of those young men. Ready to go on their game as always, and we expect the same from both of these teams, just like we had in Game 1. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup. Brought to you by DM2 Security. Brody Smith, Yoder, Dieter, Ummenhauer, and Troutman starting 5 for Pottsville. Matlock, Yost, DeCello, Fenstermacher, and Sakina, your starting 5. DM2 Security, locally owned and operated security company, presently serving most all of Pennsylvania. They provide all phases of security services for your home and business. They offer free estimates and have very competitive pricing and superior customer service. Let DM2 Security start protecting you today. Check them out on the web at www.dm2security.com. A small price to pay for your peace of mind. With that, as the horn sounds, we'll take a look at our keys to the game. So for Tri-Valley, Coach Masser, handle the pressure. That's a staple of Pottsville, getting after it man-to-man. Tri-Valley's going to have to limit their turnovers. And then, as we talked about, they have not been here much, so they just have to keep their composure and play. It's not any other game, but they have to play like it's just any other game for Pottsville. Take care of the ball, limit turnovers. That's kind of
everybody wants to do that. But play team basketball. Let's not resort to one-on-one. Let's play as a five-man cohesive unit.
Well, it's interesting you say, when we talked to Coach Masser, he said, the environment. He said it again to our student reporters. And I said, do you have to get off to a quick start? He said, absolutely. We absolutely do.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is fall behind 8-0, 10-2. It's rare for it to happen. You're playing a playoff game on someone else's home floor. That's another variable here. This is Pottsville's gym. Pottsville uses the gym because of how great it is. Some teams might look at that as, kind of an unfair advantage for Pottsville, and that's just something that Tri-Valley has to face here tonight.
Glad you can join us here for our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Had some hiccups in game number 1, and we are looking like we are back in speed here. If you're a student from any District 11 school, interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out D11sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action as you take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at D11sports.com. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. We expect extraordinary care here, side by side with my partner. Nice to be back in action with you as well.
Yeah, I missed some time away. It was needed. Spend it with my new baby girl, Mirabelle, and I love her, miss her. It's good to be back here with you. Thankfully, she's got a wonderful mom, Dominique, taking care of her at home. I missed putting her to bed tonight, but it's worth it to be here with you in the middle of the action. We have a great crowd again, and the winner of this one will play for a championship on Friday night, and that's what it's all about when you start practice in the month of November.
So we'll get ready to go here.
With the whistles in game 2 here, Al, Rob Bozak, John Rizzo, and Michael Towell.
So underway, and here we go. Pottsville in the white uniforms. Again, out without one of their key players who's done for the year, Chase Carabello Snowell. In the lane, the little runner, that one will not drop for Darren Yost. And a rebound. They get it, and then they tangle up. And that's called, you battle to the last second to the whistle, and that's what Pottsville's going to do anytime we see them play.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's good to see Tri-Valley matching that here early, getting a stop, and forcing the jump ball. You mentioned Carabello Snow being out. Big loss for Pottsville. Takes away their leading scorer and another player off of their depth chart. Not going to go as deep right now. So we'll see if Tri-Valley can take advantage of that.
Ball goes out.
Dieter on the drive, just got it deflected out of bounds. Stays with the Bulldogs.
Just underway. 15 feet out on the turnaround. Tough angle, Lane Yoder.
I like that. Great out of bounds set by Masser. Catch and shoot, set his feet. That looked really smooth by Lane Yoder, the 5'11 sophomore. Coach Masser will enjoy having that around for the next 2.5 years.
Just underway. Outside, 3 is up and down, knocking it home, the triple. Mike Sakina, that's his 35th of the year.
If you look at the roster of the Crimson Tide, you see their starters listed at 6 foot, 5'8", 5'10", 5'11", and then Sakina sticks out at 6'4". Not only is he their tallest player out, he also leads them in made 3-point field goals, and there you just saw another one right there.
Tommy, what is it about Martz Hall besides it?
Well, part of it is the it factor, but you don't see many arenas, if you will, built with like this little dome here. We have the railing going all the way around it. It almost creates, as you see, a great block right there by Dieter. You almost have like a bowl effect, and you get the student sections, if we can get a shot of it later where they're located, they're right on top of the basket for both teams, just the same place they were in the first half. Just it adds to the noise level.
Inside. Basket is good by Rafe DeCello.
Great basket cut by DeCello right there.
So 5-2 Pottsville. Down low on the kick out. A wide open look at a three, and that one will shuffle its way in. 15 three-pointer by Jeremiah Umbenhauer.
He'll take it, Umbenhauer. It wasn't pretty. We call that almost a neck ball. Hit the back of the rim and almost stuck there, but it went down and it still counts as three. Coach Wartella was worried about Tri-Valley shooting, and that's their first made three of the night.
That one bouncing around, knocking it down, and they'll come the other way. Picked up by Umbenhauer and never stops, and we'll get a trip to the free throw line.
Great job getting in the passing lane by Umbenhauer. We're going to get a look at his skip pass right there, and there's the three that clanks in. I was going to say that's the third different Bulldog already that's made an extra help slide defensively to either get a steal or to stop a Crimson Tide player from scoring. That's a good sign early on for Tri-Valley defensively.
2 free throws by Umbenhauer. And it's 7-5. DeCello.
That's a second drive by DeCello. You can see he's not afraid to go to the basket. Feels pretty confident in his strength and his ability to attack, and he's finished twice now.
Tri-Valley trying to regain the lead again. At three, I thought I was going to do the same thing as the earlier one. That one by Yoder is off the mark.
They're going to let it fly, it looks, and I guess they figure if they can knock enough in, they'll hang around. If they catch fire, it's a long night for your opponent.
Won't drop for Yost. Want to take this time to thank Eric Rissmiller, Scott Matea from Pottsville for their hospitality. Steve Yost, the president of the Schuylkill League, getting us back on board. Again, had some Wi-Fi issues in the first game, and things happen. They recorrected that on their end, and we're good to go for the second half.
Great job indeed by them, Mal, as you pointed out. Good team rebounding by Tri-Valley early on. DeCello tried to step in for the charge right there. Rob Bozak not buying it, calling the block.
So just past the midway point of quarter number one. Try to go back door, and that one gets knocked away and taken there by Yost. Yost goes underneath, they kick it out. Three is knocked it home. DeCello with a good start.
Well, DeCello's ready to play tonight. He's got 7 already, but the play that set that up, Tri-Valley made a great set on their end with a little give and go backdoor cut. During the regular season against some opponents, that play's going to work, but against a team as disciplined defensively as Pottsville, no dice.
Never stopping was Yost. Can't convert, however. There's a lot of contact in there, and finally a whistle.
Yeah, Dieter got bumped around for about 6 feet and two pivots. There's the kick out to DeCello. The lefty buries the three to go along with his 2 drives inside, so he's doing it from everywhere on the floor to start.
Misses the first.
Coach Masser trying to get a timeout. Now it's going to be awarded.
So Dieter makes one of two. We get a stoppage here in quarter number one. Early start in this game. Your thoughts here early on?
Well, I think Coach Masser's got something up his sleeve here. He's going to make an adjustment, possibly to take away DeCello, who's been the go-to guy here early on. But their rebounding's been good. They've gotten some good shots. They're taking care of the ball. They seem to be settled in and not affected by the atmosphere. So good start for Tri-Valley. For Pottsville, they're going to stay the course. They've got the lead. They played okay. Nothing fantastic. And I think Coach Wartell is happy with where he's at. He's made a couple substitutions. Said he doesn't go very deep, especially with the injury to Carabello Snow, but he's already used 7, I believe, if not 8. And I think he's used 7, so I think he's okay with where he's at right now.
Northwestern Lehigh girls into the championship on Friday night. They beat Bangor by the score of 48-40. We also have that one on D11sports.com. Wilson and Palmerton is just getting underway. Here's a three from the corner. That one is good by Shashimsky.
And that's not what you want out of the timeout if you're Coach Masser. A blown assignment and a wide open shooter in the corner, and he made him pay.
13-8 after Chavinsky. Send that one in. Oh, nice takeaway. Picked there by Dieter. And Dieter just stays there, waits, assesses, and scores.
Yeah, very impressed with Dieter here early on. He's only he is averaging 18 points a game and 7 boards. He's made plays all over the floor. He's a strong young man. He's ready to go. And as I say that, he picks up a foul. He's a little bit too ready to go right there.
So about $1:39 on the clock. 13-10 is your score. It's Pottsville and the Bulldogs from Tri-Valley. The three, knocking it home is, how about coming off the bench with 2 threes by Chavinsky?
Well, I have a feeling Coach Wartello is playing a little coy here with us, not giving us stats for some of his bench guys, because Mr. Chavinsky, as we get a great pass right there by Dieter to the cutter, number 3, Brody Smith, who he highlighted in open. But look at the footwork and the release there of Nick Chavinsky, Al. That was, dare I say, like Steph Curry-like, and that was from 4 feet behind the arc, too. He buried it.
Oh, they're starting to unleash. Rylan Matlock with a 3. 19-12, Pottsville.
Coach Wartella, he was worried about the shooting of Tri-Valley. That's 4 threes knocked in already by the Crimson Tide to only 1 for the Bulldogs.
That one off the mark. Down to 41 seconds. Offensive foul here on DeCello.
That's 2 on DeCello. So he will sit for a little bit.
How long's a little bit?
I mean, he's a senior. I would trust him. I would bring him back maybe at the 5-minute mark in the second quarter, let him run 3 minutes, get him out with 2 to go. That way he plays almost half the second quarter, and you get him to the second half with 2 fouls.
Glad I asked.
Well, I mean, the other factor too, Al, is, I'm sure throughout the course of the season he's played with this before, so has he picked up a third in the second quarter when you've left him in? Does he do it every time? Does he not know how to play without fouling? Then maybe you leave him out.
10 seconds, they go to the corner. And that shot won't go. Ball loose. Final ticks. And that one is tipped. Pottsville leads after 1 quarter, 19-12. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Back after this.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
We are back here, getting ready for quarter number 2, and lights out when it came to threes there in the final couple minutes, Tom.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Master, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 7, but I don't think you can be disappointed with how your guys played. Pottsville was just caught a little bit of fire, as he said, and I was trying to listen into what Coach was telling his guys there at the quarter break, and it was, you got to find the shooters, and that's all there is to it. You knock 4 threes in a quarter. That's huge in a high school basketball game as we see a kick ball here to start quarter number 2.
Trying to go baseline. That one hits the front of the rim. No good by Sakina. And the whistle and a foul.
Well, Sakina with a strong drive. Didn't get it to go, but stayed after it. Did a great job getting a second up. Quick jump. Grabbed his board. Earned a trip to the line. And that's 2 fouls on Cade Dieter, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. Looks like Coach Masters just going to let him play, trust his senior star to play without fouling here as he needs him on the floor. Said a minute ago, Tri-Valley can't be disappointed with how they play. Fact remains they're down 9, and a couple more shots fall, and you're in a little bit of trouble.
Yep, 21-12 your score. Baseline jumper won't go for Dieter. And Yost will bring it down. That one was tipped away by Yoder. Looking for the kick out. And they'll get it. Driving 1 on 3. No. Back outside. I'll tell you what, right now Pottsville really moving the ball. They can't convert, but they really moved the ball effectively on that last possession.
You're right. They're humming. They're moving. They're cutting. They're moving without the ball. They got Tri-Valley's head on a little bit of a swivel.
Speaking of a swivel, that swiveled right on in for Yoder.
Big shot right there for the 5'11 sophomore. He's had a couple nice made field goals here and much needed to stem the tide there.
Again, we're positioned right by the coaching staff for Tri-Valley, and players are checking in with Tommy saying, "Coach, I'm going in." And he's like, "Hey, scorekeeper's over here."
Well, when I was coaching, they very seldomly gave me the freedom to make subs. I was too busy worrying about other stuff and yelling at refs and, doing other things, so I wasn't really the sub guy. I'd have everybody off the floor, Al.
Bosak's right there. You can yell at him if you want.
Yeah. I was always good with Rob.
That's not what he told me before the game.
Well, I guess we all remember things differently.
So underway here in quarter number 2. And that one gets knocked from behind, and a nice rebound and putback for Sakina. He's got 7.
Tri-Valley not cleaning up the glass. Sakina just above the rim right there. Nobody challenging him.
In the lane, no. Doesn't go for Dieter.
Another board for Sakina. And here is DeCello on the floor with those 2 fouls.
They go to the corner. And it's got to be a walk. It is.
Coach Wartella says, how can he travel? Did he trip himself? Do you think he tripped himself out?
I don't know.
Have you ever tripped yourself?
Yes. Yes, and I always look down and wondering what was on the floor.
Well, sometimes there's cords and wires.
Yeah, but when there's not, I still look down to make sure that anybody behind me or watching from a window.
Yeah.
They always say there's always someone watching.
If it makes you feel better, then that's what you got to say.
That's just me. That's how I do it. I always blame it on somebody else, not me. I didn't trip.
So Darren Yost, we highlighted in our open, Al, he has not gotten on the scoring column yet. You can sense a little bit of frustration. Tried to go coast to coast right there, lost the ball. If you're Coach Wartella, you're thrilled that your double-figure scorer has not scored and you're still up by 8.
Yeah, no doubt. Stuck on 15. And not anymore on the back tip by Brody Smith, his first since the first quarter. He's
Smith,
got 5.
Great body control right there. He turned, jumped, and held for a split second to get himself a better angle, enabled himself to use the glass for 2. Little zone defense here by Coach Masser, trying to change it up.
Wow. Fenstermacher gets on the scoreboard and 1.
Look at the replay here. You'll see the zone. No hands up, though. That hands up in your zone dissuades you from movement and driving. We didn't see the hands up there by Tri-Valley. And as a result, Fenstermacher went right through the seams.
Fenstermacher at 59%.
We're going to get a full timeout here by Coach Wartella halfway through the second quarter.
And if you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out d11sports.com. Follow your dream, get close to the action, and take part in our student internship program. For more information, you can contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at d11sports.com. I say that not because we got 2 guys here in Casey Wallace and Jacob Parker, but in Allentown and Catasauqua right now, Tyler Carlbon, who graduated from Wilson, and Derek Moore, who graduated from Allen, and Kieran Lencheski, who's a senior at Notre Dame, they're their first 3 to do their own broadcast. So I have no idea what's going on over there. Again, we're saying we're giving them the opportunity, and that's what our program is all about. They're not only getting behind the mic as a sideline reporter, now they're doing play-by-play in color as well.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about how they're doing because you've done fantastic work for 3 years now with students in the Lehigh Valley in District 11 from all over, and they've certainly earned the right to do it. They've done great work behind the mic interviewing coaches, as we've seen here tonight with our guys, and it's a program that continues to grow. Once they leave the area and go off to school, you've had many students continue on their journey that they started with you.
Yep. We have 3 students right now currently at Syracuse, which is great. And nice little play to start after that timeout to Cade Dieter.
Well, Dieter's done enough watching here for a little bit, and he said, I'm going to the rack right now. I'm going to earn myself some points, and he did that. If you're enrolling at Syracuse, Al, for some type of broadcast journalism, you're not messing around. They're one of the best programs in the country.
If not the best.
If not the best.
26-20 as they cut the lead to 6.
Still with the zone. Now we see a little more activity. Like to see the hands up.
Again, DeCello with 2 fouls. Wide open 3 from the corner. And rebound goes to Dieter. There's a bunch of sliding on the court. That one's short by Dieter.
Let's see if Coach sticks with the zone here. You see how well Pottsville is coached with the movement. Tri-Valley tried to switch up defenses, mix it up, and get the Pottsville Crimson Tide a little bit confused. And they just switch offenses, run something, get an open look.
Yeah. Dieter's been all over the floor. And up off the glass, no. Rebound goes to Sakina.
Yeah, Brody Smith couldn't quite get that one to go. But you're right, Dieter's made a massive impact here.
Yost in the lane. Wow, everything but the basket for Yost.
Yeah, nice move, just put a little too much English on it.
And Yost with the pick, but steps out of bounds in front of Bosak.
The young man's trying. It's just not working for him, but a player of his caliber, a lot of game left. He'll make some plays. Just got to keep your head up. Coaching staff will get on him at halftime, encourage him.
Tommy, we live stream from up top. We live stream from down below. Preference? I mean, it's totally different in 2 different spots.
Very different. As you pointed out earlier, it's pretty cool to be able to hear the coaches, what they're instructing. As a coach myself, I'm always trying to think about what I would say and see if it would match what these guys are telling their players. You can also hear.
Is it?
Well, I was wrong a lot, so
okay.
These guys are coaching here in the playoffs, so they're right and I'm usually not. That's why I'm here broadcasting. So, up top you get a different vantage point, but I think it can't beat being down on the floor here at Martz Hall, Al.
Yeah, I like it both ways, to be honest with you. To the window, Fenstermacher, he's got 5.
Great drive right there. He's had a couple nice moves here in the second quarter. Not enough help defense by the Bulldogs. Coach Masser playing a little bit of offense-defense here with Dieter, who has 2 fouls. Need him on the floor, but you can't have him get that third.
Down to 130. That shot doesn't go for Brody Smith.
Just a little bit of contact right there. Not enough to get the foul called, but enough to disrupt the shot.
I tell you what, they like in this corner.
That's a smooth-looking stroke by Sukina. You can see why he leads the team with 34 coming in, and now he's got 2 tonight. That's just pure off the release, and you're right. They like that corner.
Biggest lead of the game, up to 11. Oh, wow. First to save, the dish. Can't convert. Final 45 seconds, 48 seconds.
So Coach Wartella was worried about Tri-Valley knocking the 3-ball down. They have not been able to do it tonight. And that's why they're staring at a double-digit deficit right now.
6 3-pointers for Pottsville tonight.
And that is the 3rd foul on Cade Dieter. He picks up a careless reach-in at midcourt. He's obviously going to sit here to end the quarter. You probably have to start him in the 3rd quarter when you're looking at a deficit like this, but it's going to impact the way he plays. Not a good sign.
Another 3 is dropping home for Sakina. 3 threes for him. It's a 14-point lead.
You see the backspin on that shot, Al? Just really smooth, impressive shot there by Sukina.
Wow.
Let's get a look at this. Here he comes off a screen. Watch the backspin, the follow through. Absolutely nothing but net. It's a great call by Coach Wartella. They commit a foul at midcourt. That's going to send the Bulldogs to the line for 1-1, but with a 14-point lead, you'll allow that if you're Coach Wartella.
Coach Wartella and Bosak are having some verbiage.
It's all part of the game, Al, as a coach. You know you're not going to get every call. You just got to plant that seed that maybe that wasn't the best one and then lingers in your mind as an official sometimes. Maybe you'll get one down the road. We always say, you bought that one. You bought that one, Coach. I used to buy a couple.
Yeah. Final 8 seconds. Thought about it. Now down to 3 seconds, just lets one go, doesn't fly in there, and ends the first half of play. It was a 14-point lead. It is now a 12-point lead. 34-22 is your score in favor. So there was a conversation. The conversation was the foul. They wanted to make sure Darren Yost didn't have a 3rd foul because it was recorded wrong. And we'll go down to Coach.
I'm here with Coach Wartella of Pottsville. Coach, what do you think was the key in the first half to get the lead?
our kids are doing a great job moving the ball and getting open shots, and we were fortunate to hit a few. I'm hoping we can play a little better defense in the second half.
And what's the message to your players in the locker room with the lead?
We're saying the score is 0-0. It's going to be a new game. This team's not going anywhere, and they'll fight till the end. Hopefully we can, again, take care of the ball and earn some good shots, keep playing hard on defense.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, KC, thanks a lot. We're at the half. It's 34-22. We'll be back with more action. Our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
We are back at the half. Al DiCarlo, Tommy Moser in the house. 34-22. Tommy, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, I like the message. I really like the message that Coach Wartella gave right there to KC. He's telling his guys right now that the score is 0-0, okay? They have a 12-point lead, but not according to him. It's 0-0. So you have to go out and play right now like it's a brand new game. Yeah, they made some shots. They got a 12-point lead. He's also absolutely correct. They shared the ball. They got open shots, and that's why they made them, because they were good looks. They shared the ball. And if they do that again in the second half, it's going to be really hard for Tri-Valley to catch them.
Tommy, you know what I noticed? You know, we have the cameras are behind us. So if you look right above the 22, you see us, right? I don't realize that. My wife always says, hey, you know you're losing your hair there. And then you can see it. You know, I know that. There it is. Right there. There it is. So now I'm going to take my headset. I'm just going to go like this so no one up there can see it. Is that better?
That's good thinking.
All right, just telling you that. That's been happening for a while, though. Anyway, take you through the scoring. See, I have no problem taking shots at myself. 3 points, Madlock. DeSella with 7. Darren Yost still looking for his first points. 5 points for Fenstermacher. Sakina with 13. 6 points for Shavinsky off the bench. 2 big threes for him. 5 points for Brody Smith, 7 points for Yoder, 6 points for Dieter, 5 points for Ubbenhauer to cap off the scoring for the Tri-Valley Bulldogs. Again, the winner takes on Jim Thorpe on Friday. Jim Thorpe ran off 14 in a row to stop a 40-40 tie to win their game against the Blue Devils of Shenandoah Valley. They win that one, and they're into the championship for the first time in about a dozen years.
At least a dozen years. They were here scouting. They watched the first half. They just took off now at halftime. They played earlier in the year. I believe they split 2 games if it ends up being that matchup. We're not there yet. But they were checking out their competition here to see what might be ahead for them on Friday night. But, you know, as Coach Wartella also said, Tri-Valley's not going to go away. They have some seniors. They earned their way here. They've got themselves to this position by playing team basketball, and with someone who relies on a three-pointer the way they do, you knock a couple down in a hurry, you know, it changes things in a hurry. So this game's far from over. We got 16 minutes to go, and Coach Master just has to deliver that message to his players. Not that it's a tie game, but hey, there's a lot of basketball left. We can still get this thing done.
Well, you mentioned it. If it is indeed Pottsville, again, there's a half to play. So many things can happen. You know, we say in a half, in a quarter, in 4 minutes, in 2 minutes. But Pottsville won the first meeting back on January 13th, 55-44. And Jim Thorpe, who's been red hot, I believe that was, 10-11, you know, they've been really They came back and won 62-46. One thing about Jim Thorpe we have noticed is they lost to a bunch of the teams early on, came back and beat a bunch of those teams afterwards.
Yeah, we've heard from multiple people here, coaches, fans, knowledgeable local people from the Schuylkill League that said Jim Thorpe is playing better than anybody and is evidenced in those scores. You lose to somebody the first time, you beat them the second time around. You're doing something right as a coach. You're doing something right as a team. And what we saw, we really didn't get to talk about this at the end of the game with Jim Thorpe, but they didn't play a great first half. They didn't have, obviously Heron started to take over in the third quarter, but they stayed the course. They didn't panic. They trusted what's gotten them to where they are, and that's why they ended up pulling away the last 4 minutes to win the game by 14. That's why they set themselves up on Friday, and they have a very good chance to win their first Schuylkill League championship in a long, long time.
And they joined the girls team, who's in a championship as well. So, that's nice to have, the boy-girl combination in the championship. The girls will take on they take on North Schuylkill. We'll have those games on Friday night. Want to thank Corrine Fritz, Ryan Cofield, one of our student reporters, who's at Villanova right now, and he was from Blue Mountain. We were looking for a student reporter. He said, hey, I'm going to be in town on Friday. I said, all right, we may utilize you. I go, well, I need someone on Tuesday night if you want. He goes, what about my mom? And then, not only is his mom a PIAA official, scored 1,000 points at North Schuylkill, played for Lefay Hope, scored 1,000 points at Bloomsburg, 4 years of broadcasting. So she was with Matt Province yesterday and did a really great job.
I would say she's qualified then with quite a few things on her resume. So thank her for helping out. Ryan did a great job for you last year as a color commentator for one game. I remember watching that on the stream, and obviously it runs in the blood. So great job. I'm sure they'll do fantastic work on Friday night. And in the meantime, we got another half of basketball to go here.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. It is 34-22 Pottsville. Back after this, you're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever. St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Getting ready to start the second half. DM2 Security, locally owned and operated security company, presently serving most of all of Pennsylvania. They provide all phases of security services for your home and business. They offer free estimates and have very competitive pricing and superior customer service. Let DM2 Security start protecting you today. Check them out on the website at www.dm2security.com. It's a small price to pay for your peace of mind. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care.
8 counties, Al. St. Luke's is all over the place. We even passed one on the way up here.
Yes.
Geisinger, beautiful campus.
Well, actually, you did. I passed a different one because I went the back way. That I've been coming here a long time, and I didn't take 78 for the first time.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, if my car stalled, I wouldn't have known where I was. I could just tell you there was a nice bunch of lakes. And they were nice.
All right.
But it wasn't the Great Lakes.
Or the Finger Lakes.
Correct.
I don't know the back roads up here, so I'll stick to 78 and 61.
I'm definitely not going back that way, I'll tell you that.
A great set to start the half there by Tri-Valley. Unfortunately for them, it did not result in a basket.
So the conversation at the end of the half, they were making sure the foul that was called, and it wasn't on DeCello, or it wasn't on Yost, I believe.
So now the key to watch here for Tri-Valley is their leading scorer, Cade Dieter, is playing with 3 fouls because they need him on the floor.
Waiting, assessing, can't get that one to roll, but DeCello will make a trip to the free throw line. Again, we talked to Coach Bertella, not having Chase Carbello Snowell, the quarterback, and, he's done for the season for, coming in, and, that's a big guy that, you lose coming into a game like this.
Well, at some point, it's going to bite you. May not be tonight, may be Friday, may not, but it may come in districts. But at some point, it's tough to overcome the loss. In the meantime, other guys are stepping up. And what was nice to see if you're a Pottsville backer in the first half is that everybody had their little spurt. DeCello scored 7 early, and then we had off the bench was Shavinsky knocking in 2 threes back-to-back. And then out of nowhere, as we get a quick timeout here to save the possession, was Sukina hitting threes spread out all over the half. So they weren't relying on anybody, and that's what a good team does.
And, we talked about threes on one side for Tri-Valley. So Birdie Smith has a 3. He's got 50 coming in on the season. 18 points for 18 threes, for Yoder. He's got 1 3. 29 for Dieter, has not connected from the outside yet. And 14 for Ummenheimer. He has a 1 so far tonight. So, again, it's a 13-point game, but you know it as well as I. You need a couple threes, it's a different game. We see sometimes where it goes in spurts and all of a sudden it just doesn't happen. And then it's too late, but there's so much time here. We'll see if it happens here.
There is. What's going to work against Coach Masser and his Bulldogs is that they're going against a well-schooled machine here. As you see, Sukina just hit another 3. A great set, his 4th of the night, using the screen well. They're running sets here that look like a college team would run a set, and their offensive players using incredible footwork to get open. But as I was trying to get my point, being that the defensive intensity and pressure of the Pottsville Crimson Tide making it difficult for Tri-Valley to get open looks.
Feed back door. And the basket by Smith.
That was a great look by Dieter. He didn't force, he got in the paint, drew an extra help defender and dished off to Brody Smith for the deuce.
Well, right now, the threes are flying for the Crimson Tide. Up by 17.
I'll tell you what, if they shoot the 3 like this, it doesn't matter who they play. They're going to be difficult to beat, districts and leagues.
So that's 2 threes for Madlock, a 3 for DeCello, 4 for Sakina, and 2 for Shavinsky.
And Tri-Valley's come out here the first 2.5 minutes of the third and played a decent half, made some nice plays, and yet they find themselves down 17.
Yeah, Brody Smith gets one back.
He's going to have to get a couple more. Maybe that one gets him going. Good call right there by official Michael Tao, getting Nick Sukina. Oh, I'm sorry. Mike Sukina coming over the back.
Well, getting a little flow is Brody Smith. He's got 7 in the quarter, 12 for the game all of a sudden.
I mean, that's the first time in a while that Tri-Valley has got back-to-back buckets. One thing as a coach you like to shoot for is to get 3 stops in a row. Tri-Valley's at 2. If they can get a 3rd stop in a row here, they got a chance to cut this to single digits.
They go back door, nothing there. Back outside they go. Here's DeCello. Goes baseline, gets between 2 defenders and scores.
And there you see the effect of Dieter having 3 fouls. He was not able to contest the way he probably would have liked or may have done in the first half. And as a result, DeCello scored.
Yoder has 9.
You're seeing the Bulldogs start to loosen up a little bit here offensively, but they're going to have to continue to string some stops together. Can't trade baskets.
An easy putt there. That one doesn't go, and a chance to cut into maybe single digits.
Looks like Troutman came over there to 6'6" senior and made a nice, at least, alteration of the shot. Good effort on the back cut there, just a little too high for the receiver.
So 43-31. They're not missing. Shavinsky's got 3 threes. He's got 9.
Now see, that would drive me nuts as a coach right there. It's a dead ball. You're taking it out 94 feet away. You should not have an open shooter like that.
And DeCello. And back up to a 17-point lead.
Here we get a look at the replay. So right there, out of bounds set, Shavinsky wide open after already having knocked down 2, so you know he's a shooter. That's just difficult to overcome. Leads to a 5-point burst and a timeout by the Tri-Valley Bulldogs, and the lead back up to 17. You work hard to dig into that deficit, and then you just have a mental breakdown, allowing a wide open shooter. And Coach Masser imploring his guys during this timeout. Find your guy, stick to the shooter. We still got time.
So they cut the lead down, after a couple baskets in a row. Brody Smith came out, here in the third, scoring 7 points, and they cut it to within 12, back up to 17 after a couple baskets. But, you talk about threes, and they continue to hit them. He gave us Yost and Sakina, right? And I always say, Coach, I know there's more there, But we see him there more. We know.
That's what I said. He was playing a little coy there, not really. Shavinsky with 3 threes off the bench. You're getting 9 points right there. That's bonus as we get a little reach in on Sakina. He's going to call it, as a matter of fact, on the floor on DeCello. I think it's his third.
DeCello will earn it from the free throw line.
Good anticipation on that inbounds pass. DeCello, very athletic. You can see he's a strong young man. Got up in the air, intercepted that, took it coast to coast, and drew the foul.
DeCello 5 in the quarter, 12 for the game.
And again, I said this earlier, but I still do not think that Darren Yost has scored. We highlighted him in our open. He's done other things, but he has not scored, and Pottsville has an 18-point lead. Yeah. A little confusion here on what the call was. John Rizzo going to consult with Rob Bozak. They get it straightened out, as they usually do, Al.
Whether the coaches like it or not.
Well, as you can probably figure out, one coach is going to like it and one is not.
That one taken away from Yost. Luke Wary just into the game. We got a wing player wide open.
Good pressure by Wary, the sophomore, making an impact.
Great minutes. Getting that opportunity, taking advantage of it. And going to the free throw line will be Dieter.
Dieter knows how to use his body in there. You can see he's strong. Likes to take on the contact. Couldn't finish through it that time, but he's going to earn 2 at the line.
Misses the first one. Second one is no good as well. Down inside 3 minutes. Casello can't convert. Gets it back, but he was stepped on the line.
I get the feeling DeCello was a good running back, Al. I have no clue if that's accurate or not, but he seems to have a knack for hitting the holes in the defense here, and he has a nice little burst there.
Now that Pottsville team, we saw them on D11 Sports.
Yeah, they had a very good year, didn't they?
Yep. And that one knocked away. Underneath, second effort, that one won't go, as that was Cole Miller.
Brody Smith there being unselfish, but when you're the shooter, you're facing a deficit like this, you might have to just let that one fly at this point in the game. Maybe not early, but right now it's getting a little late.
So approaching the 2-minute mark, excuse me. This is the biggest lead of the game at 18. It stays that way. Chance to add it to their lead.
Yost a little out of control that time. Let's see if they can answer the numbers.
Nice feed. That one knocked away. Great job defensively getting back was Matlock. Second effort, third effort.
Well, Dieter's playing hard. He's leaving it all out on the floor.
49-33. Yost can't buy a bucket. Definitely frustrated at this point. So 16-point game. So Friday night we'll have Championship Friday in the Schuylkill League, Championship Friday in the Colonial League. Here from the corner, Sakina.
He just made the hand signal with his own hand 5. He knows how many he has. He did it at the same time that you did it, Al.
Difference is he's playing. I'm just recording it.
Yeah, well, he's multitasking. He's telling everybody in the gym how many threes he has, and he should. He looks like one of the best shooters in the area this year tonight.
Shavinsky with the basket.
Pottsville really clicking on all cylinders. And one thing that we should point out is in the Schuylkill League here, more small schools like Tri-Valley, fewer large schools like Pottsville. So what does Pottsville do out? They go out and they schedule. You just see a player control foul right there on Sakina. Coach Wartella not happy. Zucchina going to take a rest. He's not happy, but Coach Wartella just tells him to cool off a little bit. As I was saying, look at some of these teams that Pottsville has played out. Wilson, Westlawn, District 3, always a 6A power. Berks Catholic, Hazleton, Williamsport, Scranton Prep. Also, we're scheduled to play Abington Heights, a perennial power-up in District 2. Got snowed out.
That gets you ready.
And it prepares you for this time of year, playing against those teams, 100%.
So Dieter lost control of it, but ball was tipped. Smith can't connect on the 3. DeCello for 3, no? If that would have went in, we could have said that, but we won't. 54-33 after 3, Pottsville. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Back after this.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever. St. Luke's knows that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever.
3 in the books, 1 to play. We're back here at the beautiful Martz Hall. Al DiCarlo, Tommy Moser. And a quick start. Sakina adds 2 more. He has 21.
Beautiful jump hook from 8 feet away. He does a great job of moving without the ball coming off screens. Got his feet set. Looks like he's practiced that little jump hook a few times. Looks smooth.
Tri-Valley also in the girls' action. And they had Jim Thorpe last night. Jim Thorpe's girls' team is just outstanding. As we get an offensive foul.
Well, they'll be going for the sweep on Friday night, Jim Thorpe. They'll have their hands full with this Pottsville team. That should be a great game to check out on D11 Sports.
Yeah, Tommy, Pottsville, obviously, you want to play the championship in this place, right? You want to play these playoffs in this place. And, sometimes, they got home court advantage. Sometimes you got to take that away because it gives every player an opportunity to play in here.
Yeah, when you see the amount of fans that look at how many people Shenandoah Valley brought in game 1. Jim Thorpe was well represented and Tri-Valley well represented as well. And now Friday night, as we said, with Jim Thorpe having both the boys and the girls teams being here, they'll have double the support. So it's not like it's, a home college game where you get 90% of the tickets and it's all going to be Pottsville fans. Jim Thorpe will be represented well here on Friday night, and they'll relish the opportunity to do it on this floor.
Fenstermacher with a triple. That's been the story of the night. Pottsville lights on fire from downtown. Getting loose underneath and getting the roll. And Brody Smith will take that one. He's got 14.
Yeah, and what this last 6.5 minutes is going to be all about right now for Tri-Valley is just playing with some pride. Likely to not come back. It's just not been their night. Pottsville's played really well. But as we talked about with Shenandoah Valley in game 1, Tri-Valley has another season to go. They will be in the 2A playoffs, and they are, I believe, going to be the 2 seed right behind Shenandoah Valley. So seeded to have a final between those two teams. Might have to shrug off the disappointment of this loss, but they'll be able to do so.
Yeah, no doubt. 59-37. Nice look underneath from Yost to DeCello. No. And the interception on the near side.
Matlock, he looked like a corner back there stepping in.
That was Sakina again. Couldn't convert. That's twice.
Like Deion Sanders, Al. Maybe he's baiting them into throwing it at him.
Yeah. DeCello, no, here it comes again.
And DeCello, he's coming up a little hobbly here. Might be just a cramp, and you have to hope that's what it is if you're Coach Wartella. Looks like just a cramp as he's trying to flex out his calf and his foot.
Basket by Brody Smith.
And Coach Wartella with a good message right there. We're taking shots we don't need. Still 5 minutes left. You don't want to play around.
Tommy, talk about, when you cramp up, when you get that, the pain it brings to players. I mean, It's tough.
It's tough. Sometimes you can forget about it because you're in the moment. The adrenaline kicks in, but when you cramp like that, there's nothing like it. Your calf, your toes. And
that's 5 fouls.
Kate Dieter has just fouled out. That was kind of a frustration one right there. That young man played his heart out tonight. Did a little bit of everything. Just didn't have the help he needed.
Boy, this place was packed earlier tonight.
It was very loud in game one. It was loud to start game two here. Pottsville kind of took a little bit of the energy out of the gym when they went on that big run in the second quarter and then extended it in the third. But you're right. They were loaded in here early on.
Fenstermacher makes the first. And the second.
And a quick timeout by Coach Wartella just again to remind his guys of time and score, where we're at, what we need, what we don't need.
Palmerton leading Wilson 38-21. And Palmerton and Northwestern were in the championship a year ago.
Well, they've seemed to be on a collision course all year long. And as always, at Freedom High School should have a great crowd on Friday night. And if it holds, you'll have 4 different schools represented. That place likely to be packed. Great venue for hosting Colonial League playoff action. My old stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm.
See if they let me in.
You're going to be running for mayor on Friday night.
Yeah.
We're going to jump ball.
Bozak with the jump.
So approaching the midway point of the final quarter here. And picked up by Yost.
Coach Wartella was concerned about running the floor, shooting, scoring. They have 39 points here as we approach the midway point of the fourth quarter. So I'd say his defense was pretty darn effective.
So 61-39, Tom. You got the final 4-14. What does Coach Wartella want to learn from his team here?
Well, one thing he wants to see is how hard some of the guys are going to compete out there, that's why he called timeout a minute ago. You don't want to take foolish shots. You don't want to play around. Not that you're showing up the opponent, but it gets you into bad habits. There's no need to do anything differently. You play the game as if you're up by 5. You don't need to rush shots. You don't need to take fouls. You don't need to play out of control or do anything different. Respect the game. Respect your opponent. Play hard. I'm sure he'll look to get some of the guys on the bench in within the next minute or so, as will Coach Masser likely.
Final 3:35. Again, holds like this. Should be an interesting matchup on Friday. On the steal. That was a basket. How about the hang time by Brody Smith?
Might be one of Smith's last moments of the night as we're going to have some subs coming in for the Bulldogs. Here we get a look at the replay. Hung in there a little bit. Drew to contact. Coach Wartella going to clear his bench as well. Looks like we're getting a line change. Hockey style.
Can I get in?
Women's hockey final tonight, Al. 11 o'clock. I'll be home in time for that. U.S. versus Canada.
Look at you, all over it.
Well, really, I'm really in a hurry to go home and watch curling, I'll be honest.
Listen,
you ever watch the curling?
Of course I watch the curling. I like the sweeping.
What a fantastic sport. We need some bond spiels here in the Lehigh Valley. First of all, if only for the fact that it's called a bond spiel. Those stones weigh 40 pounds, partner. Did you know that?
No.
40 pounds. Could you sweep? Could you get out there with the broom and sweep?
Yeah, I would sweep just for a couple, but I couldn't do it in multiple rounds.
Hey, I think you would fall down on the ice.
I just want to just, send it down, how they have that long extension.
Yeah.
So wholesale changes. Try to give these players recognition, obviously being able to play in this atmosphere.
Well, this is good for both coaches because you never know when you might need an extra guy off the bench.
Cole Miller, that one gets knocked away.
And here you're getting a chance to see who can perform in a playoff game.
Latrell Montone. So the Crimson Tide, 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from a trip to the championship. Look at last year with Nativity, winning a championship and winning the state title as well. And everyone expected them to be in that first game. Everyone expected them to be in that first game. But the Blue Devils picked up with the big win and a great conversation with their head coach. And we wish him the very best in districts for sure.
Yeah, it's something you take for granted sometimes, the fact how difficult it is not only to win a championship game, but to get here in the first place. Pottsville Nativity defending state champ, and they couldn't even make the Final Four. So you play all season long just to get to these playoffs. You have to earn your way into these playoffs, and Pottsville Nativity could not do it because they were beaten by a very good Shenandoah Valley team who just ran into a red-hot Jim Thorpe team who's going to now encounter a very good Pottsville team. So Schuylkill League, many good options this year. And let's not forget, as we see a 3 missed, Pottsville has owned this league for the last decade or so, but they did not win the league last year. It was won by Pottsville Nativity, and this being Coach Wartella's second year, he does not have a championship as a head coach yet, so he will be shooting for his first on Friday night.
Yeah, to go for Dave Mulaney, who went 13 years, 285 and 75. And the steal taken here by Dawson Manning, the freshman. And then they get it right back. Lost a handle. And Tyler Chappelle with the basket.
Timeout just to get one more player in for Coach Wartella and the Crimson Tide as we get under a minute to go.
63-42. Taken up here by Manning. .39 seconds left.
Nice to see and hear some of the supporters of the Bulldogs still cheering on their players.
Oh, they know. I mean, obviously, you lose here, but they know they can have a chance to win a district championship.
Absolutely, not advancing to the state tournament. I believe even qualifying for the final, they would get to the state tournament. Not sure when the last time that's happened for Tri-Valley is, but fact is, they just ran into a red-hot team tonight. I don't think anybody around here was going to beat Pottsville tonight the way they shot the three for the first 3 quarters. It was just lights out.
No doubt. I want to thank Eric Rissmiller, Scott Mateo here from Pottsville, Stephen Toth, the president of the Schuylkill League, for their hospitality. Again, had some hiccups in game number 1. We got that resolved. Kevin Conley got us back squared away. And is now on to the championship. Final score in this one as time winds down, 63-42 in favor of Pottsville. And they'll shake hands. And after they shake hands, they will gather coach. Looking for Mike Sakina, who's lost in the shuffle. He may have. Wait for coach. Not sure if we're going to get Sakina. He took off.
I think they might have a pizza waiting in the locker room.
So we'll wait for Coach Wartella. As he's talking. Final scoring in this one, by the way, won't have a chance. Final score was 63-42. Matlock finishes with 12 points for DeCello. 10 points for Fenstermacher. 21 points for Sakina. And 11 points for Shavinsky. On the other side, Brody Smith. He came to play in that last quarter. He finishes with 21. 9 points for Yoder, 8 points for Dieter, and 5 points for Umbenheimer. And with that, we go down to our student reporters, KC. Go ahead, take it away.
Guys, we're here with the player of the game, Mike Sakina. And your player of the game, how does that feel?
It feels great, man. We came out as a team, and it was just an all-around effort.
How does it feel to make it to the Schuylkill League final?
It feels great. I mean, we just try for that every year, and usually every year we're back at it. We just play hard on defense, play hard on offense, and normally make it to the finals.
Thanks, Mike. Congratulations.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. And we'll bring us back here. I believe we may get Coach here in a second. I'm just waiting to see if we're going to get Coach Wartella. He's taking a long interview here, so we'll wait for him.
Yeah.
We'll go on camera here just while we're waiting. And Tommy, obviously an opportunity for us to see these two games today. And when you look at them, Pottsville, year in and year out, they're always a team that's going to contend, and we saw that today again.
Yeah, 100%. It's a program thing with them. They don't rebuild. They just reload. Different guys, same system. Aggressive ball pressure defensively. They make it difficult. We talked about Tri-Valley. They like to run, shoot threes, get open looks. They were held to 42 tonight and didn't get above 40 until the last couple minutes when the game was out of hand. Tonight, Pottsville, great motion sets. Their players run off screens well. They share the ball. It wasn't a one-man or two-man show. It was a complete team effort, and that's what you get from consistent, well-run programs like the Crimson Tide.
And you look ahead to Friday. You mentioned they split during the season. What do you expect for that matchup?
Well, as we talked about a few minutes ago, Jim Thorpe is playing as well as anybody. I think Coach Wartella would probably like to have some of those threes that he made tonight in the bank to start off on Friday night, but he's got to feel confident with his guys. And as we said a few times now, his leading scorer, Yost, he didn't even get a point out of Yost tonight, and they still won the game comfortably. So you have to figure that Darren Yost is going to come back with a good effort on Friday. And if any of those other complementary players shoot the ball the way they did tonight, they have a good chance. But on the other side, you look at the 1-2 punch of Jim Thorpe in Heron and Fisher, unbelievable. I think we're in store for a great matchup Friday night.
With that, let's go back to our student reporters, KC.
Thanks, guys. We're with winning head coach Jake Wartella of Pottsville. How does it feel to advance to the finals?
It feels great. Our kids are excited. They played a great game, but we know we have unfinished business, and we're hoping to take care of business on Friday night.
How are you going to prepare for Jim Thorpe in the final?
We have one day to do it. We know they're very good. We played them twice this year. They just beat us, and they are the hottest team around right now. So we're going to do our best to prepare tomorrow and hopefully play our best basketball on Friday night.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
back to you guys.
All right, KC, thanks a lot. That'll do it for us. Again, I want to thank Eric Rissmiller, Scott Mateas, Steve Toth from Martz Hall. We'll be back here on Friday night. It'll be a double dip, 6 and 7:30. The girls' championship, it'll be Jim Thorpe and North Schuylkill. The boys' championship will be Jim Thorpe and Pottsville. For Kevin Conley, our producer, Sports Fan Base Network, for D11Sports.com, for Tommy Moser, my partner, and for our student reporters, Casey Wallace from Lehighton and Jacob Parker from Weatherly, I'm Al DiCarlo saying so long. Final score once again 63-42. Pottsville headed back to the championship game. Have a great night.